everybody, Kris Gethin here, and welcome to my kitchen, where you are going to watch me create my morning yogurt. So when I say the morning yogurt, I like to have a couple of tablespoons of this in the morning to help with my gut health. Obviously, the healthier my gut is, the healthier my brain is. Quite often when people get stressed out, pissed off, anxious, often their stomach gets ill as well. Have you noticed that? So if you think about it, it can work in the reverse order as well. So if you've got a healthy gut, you could have a healthy brain. You don't want that inflammatory response here all the time, because you haven't got a good gut microbiome, which leads to a chemical reaction in the brain, or which can lead to a chemical reaction in the brain. Anyway, so these are the ingredients that I like to use. I have my Bio-Optimizers probiotics. I have 2 cans of organic full-fat coconut milk. I have 1 tablespoon, I'm not going to use the whole thing, of this Vermont maple syrup that I got from Kata, Sybil's sister, which is freaking awesome. Now we'll use the sugar in that to help it ferment. You can use cane sugar. I prefer to use the maple syrup for the micronutrients it has in there as well. So I have some organic prebiotic fiber. You want to make sure, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, that it has organic acacia or acacia. It's A-C-A-C-I-A. I'm sure someone will contact me and tell me how to pronounce it. I'll also add vitamin C and some glutamine, and I do have some gelatin here I've got to get as well, because when I combine the vitamin C and the gelatin, I've found, or I've heard and read that that does actually help with the synthesis of the collagen. And obviously when you have the gelatin and the vitamin C together, it can really help with that synthesis. Also helps with your tendon and ligament strength as well. Let me just get that gelatin. And here it is. That is the gelatin I've got. It's Great Lakes gelatin. So what I've done to begin with, and I've got also some fermented glutamine. Make sure it's fermented glutamine. I've got Kaged muscle here. Obviously you want to top up your glutamine stores, and I find that it's good for my gut. So what I've done to begin with, I'm not going to bore you with it now, but I've broken off 10 of the Bio-Optimizers P301 probiotics. Okay, and I break it off and I just put them in there like that, okay? And to begin with, after that, I'll put the 2 cans of the coconut milk in here. So as you can see, it's really thick. And then you have the liquid. And I've tried mixing this with my spoon, and it's just too difficult. It's so much easier just to throw it in a blender. So we're getting plenty of the good fats in there, the MCTs. We're also getting a lot of our electrolytes in there. And then what I'm going to do is grab 2 heaping tablespoons of the prebiotic fiber, like so. And then I'll put tablespoon of the gelatin, and vitamin C, I'll put about half a tablespoon in there, like so. Okay, and then I'll put 2 scoops of glutamine in there, and lastly 1 heaping tablespoon, yeah, it's not heaping really, of liquid coming from the Vermont maple syrup. Beauty. Right. Having the sugar in there will help it ferment. And where is the lid? God, I haven't really come prepared for this, but here it is. And now I'm going to blend this bad boy up. find that this this is a little bit watery, what I'll generally do is add a little bit more fiber and some gelatin and some vitamin C just to thicken it up a little bit. And it is a little bit watery, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Prebiotic fiber, just put 1 more tablespoon in there. And a little bit of vitamin C. This, because I like to have a very jello-like substance when I have my yogurt. Like if you were to do real dairy, it would be a little bit thicker, but because it's coconut, it's not as thick. Okay, let me give that another blend. Check that out. Yeah, that's a little bit thicker. What you'll find as it gets, as you put it in the fridge overnight, it will thicken a little bit. So what I like to do with these, I will put this into a couple of mason jars, make sure it's airtight. I'll leave it out for about 24 hours, just in a normal room temperature room in this kitchen. And then overnight, for another 24 hours, I will put it in the fridge. So it needs to ferment for at least 48 hours. You can do longer if you like, that's absolutely fine. But that is the bare minimum that I like to do. And then I'll have a couple of tablespoons of this, maybe as much as 4 tablespoons in the morning. And I just find that it really helps with my gut microbiome. There's a lot of benefits you can get from this, such as enhancing your sleep, just feeling better in your gut to manage cravings. I just find that I'm much more balanced if I have this good bacteria in my gut, because remember, you need to have as much opportunist flora in your gut as possible, and you are more bacteria than you are DNA. So this is where your immune system resides. A lot of people consider this our second brain. I consider it my first brain. So hopefully you like this recipe. Let me know how it came out. If you do have any questions, please let me know. I'll see you next time. Peace.